Hey everybody, and welcome back to another lecture with Coding with Roby. In this lecture, we're going to be creating a new book class. This book is going to be called Book No Rating. So what we're going to do is be mimicking the original book we have, but have another object or another class that has no rating attached to that specific book. The reason being, another API wants the book, but doesn't want the rating. We can allow that to happen by creating this class and dictating the type of response sent back. Think of it as when a user registers, they're going to have their username and password attached. But when you send a user back to a response, you don't attach the password. So I'm going to be showing you how you can remove items from a class based on the request of the client. So first, let's create a new class, Book No Rating. And we're going to make this extremely similar to the book class that we already have. We're going to make an ID, which is a UUID, a title, which is of type string with the field min length equals 1, author, which is of type string, and our description, which is going to be an optional string of type field, with a title description of the book with a max length of 100 and a min length of 1. Alright, so here's our Book No Rating. Let's now create a new API request right under Read Book, but we're going to call this Read Book No Rating. So I'm just going to copy this exact same thing and paste it right underneath. However, right before the book ID, I'm going to create a new URL that now includes rating. And as the function call, instead of read book, I'm going to say read book no rating. Now, when you first look at this method, you're going to think it does the exact same thing as read book. Well, it currently does. Within our @app.getDecorator, we can pass in another parameter. This parameter is going to be response model, which is going to be equal to book no rating. So now when this method is called, we're going to be dealing with the original books that includes rating. However, when we return X, FastAPI is automatically going to convert the output data to its type declaration, which is going to be book no rating. It's going to validate the data and then correct and limit the input data for the model. This is extremely powerful that FastAPI provides for us. Let's go back to our browser and refresh the screen. I'm going to say read all books, try it out. I'm going to grab a specific UUID. And the first thing I'm going to call is the original book ID. And I'm going to pass in the UUID. When I click execute, we can see that we get ID, title, author, description, and rating, which is 60. But within our new API, we eliminate rating. So if we scroll down to books rating book ID and we pass in the UUID, we can see that we get a status of 200, and FastAPI automatically does data validation and changes our data to the specific type declaration, which is book no rating class, which has no rating attached. This wraps up the lecture on how we can create a response model and how we can use FastAPI to validate the data and change it based on its type. And I will see you in the next video.